It's interesting because you actually sent out a note to your list the other day relating specifically to this first time buyer change, which is coming in, right? So the government's new scheme. And I'm quite concerned about some of the implications of it. This is actually the trend of first time buyers,
Yeah.
loans per quarter. This is from the ABS. They need to publish this data quarterly now, right? It's been tickling around the 30,000 a quarter. This is actually the total value of new first time buyer loans per quarter. So the dollar value, and you can see that it's been rising significantly. This is the average value of the new first time buyer loan. And you can see it's been climbing. Well, it's been climbing forever, really, from 2002. But
Mm.
$550,000 is now the average new first time buyer loan. And I'm thinking, gee, that's a lot. That's a lot when you think about where normal incomes are. And so I guess my question is, are we in a situation where this extra incentive from the government is going to create issues, or is it just normal course of business? I'm a little bit concerned that people might get in over their heads.
Oh, Martin, been coming on here for a long, long time. And I mean, yeah, I guess that, yes, there's always potentially people who are going to take out debt that, they get excited by a 5% deposit scheme and, go into a lot of debt. But, yes, there's potentially people who, will over leverage and they shouldn't have bought, but and there'll be ones that are bought by poor assets. They'll rush it, they'll buy something without doing a building and pest inspection. So absolutely, there's going to be, but I do think what you will find though is that a lot of first home buyers will take advantage of it. And that will create a bit of momentum in the market, particularly because there are restrictions in terms of caps in capital cities. I mean, they've gone up a lot. And I mean, that's why this policy is such a big shift from 1 October. I mean, I started to pen that article. Actually, I was overseas at the time, and I was like, I'm surprised we're not seeing more and more articles about this 5% deposit scheme coming in January. It's sort of been forgotten about. There was nothing going on in the media, and I thought, no one's probably catching on that in January this is going to be a pretty big shift in terms of the number of first-home buyers that are going to be eligible who are going to want to take advantage of it. Not just because they can now eligible because of the income caps, but because the city caps are up dramatically, and it's moved from, oh, look, I can just get a place that may suit me and give me a shorter runway to actually, if we be careful here, we could probably get something that we could really live in long term.